of us haven't ended the year quite in the way that we hope to. It might be that we're in a position where we started a business that didn't really take off. Okay, it wasn't as profitable as we thought it would, or the business just didn't take off. Or we've had other major issues with respect to our businesses this year, and we're now in a position where we're feeling unbothered, unmotivated, possibly even depressed, dare I say it. But it's important to take stock of where you are now and plan ahead for how next year could be better. So with that in mind, I want to share with you guys some of the most important business lessons that I have learned this year. The first important lesson that I have learned is a positive mindset can truly be what helps your success break through. It's very important that whatever it is that you're seeking to achieve, whatever business it is you're seeking to plan out, you need to have a positive mindset when you are approaching it. It's of no use trying to start a business and thinking to yourself, but no one's going to buy it. There are already too many competitors. The market is already saturated. That does not matter. What matters is the value you are bringing to your customers, the value you are providing to your clients. And how can you be different? You shouldn't be bogged down by what is already out there. You should be bogged down by how are you different? How is what you're delivering going to change and impact the lives of your clients, the lives of your customers? So by focusing on building that positive mindset will really, really help you in leaps and bounds in terms of the progress that you're able to make when it comes to succeeding in your business. The next lesson I've learned is the fact that hobby does not always equal business. Okay, now this is going to be an unpopular one, but your hobby does not always equal or equate to having a business. We all have different hobbies, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every hobby should necessarily turn into a business idea. The fundamental point still remains that your business must give value. If your business doesn't give value, it doesn't matter whether it's your hobby or not, people are not going to buy. And if people don't buy, you're not going to make money. And that's the whole purpose of why you started a business in the first place. So it's very important to think about what it is you're actually starting. I have lots of hobbies. Okay, one of my hobbies is cooking. Another of my hobbies is going to the gym. But you're not about to see me become a fitness trainer tomorrow. Okay, I just do not have it in me to turn that into a business. Okay, some of you might have that, but I certainly don't. And I remember when I had a little catering business that I started from home. That seemed fantastic at the time. But what I definitely learned was the fact that my hobby was just something I wanted to keep personal to myself in that instance. Okay, I wanted it to remain as something that was leisurely, something that I did for families, that I did for friends, and having that intimate gathering. But the minute I tried to turn it into a business, it just became so overwhelming and too stressful for me that I honestly just lost the passion for it in that sense. So rather than thinking about, it has to be a hobby that I'm doing before I turn it into business, why don't you think about what is it that I do naturally, that comes to me naturally? And I know this can be a slightly difficult one because you might be thinking, well, isn't that your hobby? There are other things that you might be doing that you don't even think you have a business behind it, but there are things that you could be doing that you're naturally good at, and people come to you for advice on every single time. For me, that was finances. Okay, so I'm a trained, qualified accountant, but I also love talking about business. Absolutely love talking about business. And I realized that, hang on, a lot of my friends, a lot of my families come to me for advice about this. So it only made sense for me to merge the two together and create a business in that sense. And I have never regretted it so far. So think about whether or not your hobby makes a valid business idea. And if it doesn't, you might want to pivot and think about something else. The next lesson I've learned is your network is your net worth. I'm going to say that again. Your network is your net worth. So have a concrete look at the average 5 to 10 people within your circle. Okay, if you are going into business and you're the kind of business owner that says to yourself, I want to be making at least £5,000 per month every single month, the people that you're hanging around, are they making at least that 5,000 per month every single month? Are they making 10,000? Are they making 15,000? If they're not, you need to be reevaluating what your business circle looks like, because you're only going to get to the destination you're going to if you have the right people around you. Your circle of influence relatively resembles where you're trying to head to, then you're more likely to actually get to that destination. Have a good look at who is within your network and how you can learn from them, what you can take from them, to help you better improve your attitude in business and to improve your efforts within your business. The lesson I've learned is a value before price. Now, before you go ahead and price your product, you need to think about, what value am I actually providing? The product or service that I'm delivering to my clients or customers, what value can they benefit from it? At the end of the day, the real reason a lot of people buy from business owners is because of the value that they can learn, okay? The value that they can gain from that product or from that service. So if you're looking to start a business in the new year, or your current business has failed for whatever reason, it might be a question of actually sitting back and thinking about, was what I was delivering providing value? If not, how do I do that? Or how can I better increase the value that I'm currently delivering to my customers and to my clients to make it more worthwhile to actually validate the price that I'm charging for those products and services? The next lesson I've learned is you need to be willing to commit a minimum of 2 years to any business that you are looking to start, okay? If you're not willing to commit a minimum of 2 years, then how are you going to be able to take stock of what's actually worked and what's not worked so well? You have to be willing to be fully committed, be fully engaged, and actively work on that business plan solidly for, I would say, a minimum of at least 1 to 2 years. Because by doing this, you will be able to get enough data on what were the stumbling blocks in the process in that 2 years. Is this business idea something that's actually feasible? Is it something that I should go in on and scale up? I feel like I see so many entrepreneurs, myself included, particularly in my first couple of business ideas that I started. I went into it literally head first, okay? And there were so many mistakes that I made along the way, which honestly was a blessing in disguise, I'm proud to say today. But it's very important that you actually stick through the process, because it's only by sticking through the process that you will come out on the other end and you've actually learned so much, and you will be such a much better business professional at the end of the day that you will wonder to yourself why you hadn't stuck it through. It takes commitment, it takes dedication, and it takes consistency for you to really see the results in your business that you're looking for. This lesson I've learned is that businesses have seasonal fluctuations. Now, if you are in the current position where you're thinking about quitting your 9 to 5 right now because you want to just delve into your business, I think you might want to slow down a little bit, okay? Just in case you might have missed this point. Just because a lot of people that go into businesses, they don't think about the fact that actually there are going to be a few months in the year where your income is not quite as solid and as consistent as you thought it would. And this is where the benefit of having a 9 to 5 comes in, at least whilst you are still picking up that business. So if you're looking to get into the world of business, if you're looking to own and run your own business, I would strongly urge you to try and start this in baby steps, okay? Don't think about quitting your job just altogether immediately, because there's so many things, no doubt, that you still have financial commitments for. And it is important to take note of the fact that with any business, okay, there's gonna be fluctuations. Some businesses, in the winter months, it's particularly terrible. Other businesses, summer months is their worst. So it's very important that when you're starting a business, Part of this comes with giving it time, okay, giving it that 1 year period, then you go through another year, okay, so you see the business cycle. That way you can actually experience what months are the low months and what months are your high months, and what other factors determines how your business cash flow booms or how it sinks. So it's definitely something to consider if you're someone who is looking to start a business in the next year. Next lesson I've learned is to never stop learning. No matter what it is, never ever stop learning. A lot of the great business owners and entrepreneurs we see of today have a habit of learning. Either they're reading multiple books per day, per week, but they are always learning, okay? You are always actually taking stock of what has worked, revisiting your business plan and revising it along the way. It's very important that when you're looking to enter business, or you're already a business owner and you're trying to reevaluate where you are, you have to come with it from a learner's perspective. What has gone wrong? What could be better? What are the things I need to implement to make sure that these changes work and that my business actually grows the way I envisage it to? So it's very important that you come to your business with the mindset of a learner. I know that for me, being a business owner over the past 5 years, in various different forms and aspects, I have learned so much, but I've only been able to do this because I've applied myself to doing this. I have forced myself to do this. As a business owner, especially, you wear so many hats. Most of the time as a business owner and solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, there is so many roles that we're juggling. We're sometimes juggling the role of a photographer. We're sometimes juggling the role of a videographer at the same time, or marketer, an accountant, a tax person, and so on and so on. So there's so much to learn, and I know that this can be overwhelming, but there is a point to it. There's a reason that the businesses that actually truly succeed are the ones where, that constant learning and reiteration process happens on a regular basis. The next lesson I've learned is you need to concentrate on your long-term vision over your short-term success. Okay. Many times when we start a business, we are so obsessed with the fact that we want to see those positive results. We want to start making, £2,000 in a month, £5,000 in a month, whatever it is. We're so fixated by that we forget about the fact that within a business, you actually need to think about the long term, okay? That you're in it for the long haul. So it shouldn't really matter that today you're only earning, £100 from that side hustle or from that side gig. With consistency and with the application of the strategies, you will definitely get to the point where you are earning whatever it is that figure looks like for you. But it is important to remind yourself of what your ultimate long-term vision is for your business, okay? And not get too hung up on why your business goals haven't been achieved within the first 6 months, or why your business goals hasn't been achieved within the first 12 months. You have to think about, okay, what incremental steps have I taken to the overall goal and destination of where I see my business being within the next 5 to 10 years? Yeah, you might not be at where you envisage yourself to be, but you've certainly definitely taken some positive steps to get into that destination eventually. Next thing I've learned is that cash is king. So regardless of what business you're in, you need to make sure that your main goal is to ensure that your cash flow position remains as strong and as positive, okay? Because if you're looking to be in the business for a long term, which I'm guessing you are, then cash flow is going to be what will help to sustain you. Your cash flow is also going to be key when it comes to investors who are looking to invest in your business. They're going to be very, very really interested in learning more about what your cash flow position is, as well as other things, I have a video on my channel where I've gone in depth about cash flow and the things that you need to think about when you're looking to increase your cash flow position. So do make sure you watch that video. So I will leave it linked somewhere up here on the screen and you can watch that after. So these are some things that I thought I wanted to share with you as you head into the new year. I'm really excited to learn more from you guys about what other lessons you would add to these lists of lessons that I shared with you, and also where you're at in your journey as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. But do make sure you leave some comments down for me in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please do make sure you grab a free copy of my business plan and also the Smart Starter Checklist, which is available by checking the links in the description down in the box below. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like the video, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the very next video. Have a lovely Christmas and a fantastic new year.